All right, well, peace, peace, peace. First and foremost, hopefully the Most High in your house shall blessing y'all day. By His mercies, you are consumed. We're alive in the Most High in your house shall body, and two are naturally alive, man. I want to get into this, man, because this is quote unquote today or this weekend was quote unquote Memorial Weekend, man. But each year it's like over the years we kind of talked about this, man. But like the real memorial, honestly. But now, man, because spirit, like even the last times I even talked about this, like the real, because I did we talked about it on I think in older videos I talk about the real Memorial Day, and I'll we gonna read inside, right? But now, man, trying to spiritually mature and like looking at things through the Most High house shots, like shout out to brother Akawar and brothers like Kwame McCall, Shalama, Akawar, brother Elijah, and other brothers 71st got from a gospel testimony witness standpoint, man, like spiritually maturing, trying to be a son and daughter of the Most High house shot, like trying to be a son of God, man, like the real memorial is the memorial in heaven, man. Having name written in heaven, man. Honestly, man, that's what it is, man. And that's only through the gospel, testimony, new covenant, things of that nature, man. But you just gonna get into this real quick. Yeah, man, because it is. Let's go Genesis 15 and verse 5, man. Because it is too now, because now, like spiritually maturing now, it's just like you realize that, I don't have to come in, I didn't during that, over those past years and stuff like that. When I would do that, I was just like, no, man, let's commemorate our warriors and stuff like that, or our things like that, because they do that. Because I did that the real Memorial Day, and also to the real Veterans Day. I did videos on that. But now, man, you just gotta realize from their standpoint as well. But yeah, of course we recognize our ancestors, our forefathers, things of that nature. But also too in their kingdom, of course in any society, any kingdom, any society, any nation of people, they're gonna recognize, or they should recognize, their great warriors, man. So you don't have to come down on Esau and stuff like that, or what you call them about the whole Veterans Day or Memorial Day. I don't have to do that. Just like we recognize our great warriors, they're gonna do that with them. And they did that over time in their history, even other nations in their history, man. So yeah, man. And also too, that's why I'm me personally, while I would recommend joining the army, no, honestly, I just wouldn't. But I'm now my spiritually maturing now, viewing that it's kind of changed a little bit. I'm not getting to know people if they want to join Esau's army, would I recommend it? But no, because a lot of times too it's a tradition thing and things that is passed down, and things like that. So it is what it is. Even if it's of course most of the time the other nations are going to, and plus and also even Jake, even our people, man. But that's in your head on that. Let's go to Genesis 15, verse 15. Genesis 15 real quick, man. Let's get the memorial that we should want, man. I want that, man, honestly, because, man, and that's why we always talking about people more righteous than you, man, because I gotta watch even sometimes, because what it is too, Romans 15 says the word, scriptures for our learning, things of that nature. But so I just we usually just assess things will happen as for our learning, man. But honestly, man, most of these people in here, they got genealogies and in heaven and here on earth, and we read about them, and even other history, over history, they're still being talked about to this day. So that's is what it is. But as one, just having that moral with the Most High house, your neighbor in heaven, man, that's the ultimate thing. But yeah, man, that's good, because he said this to Abraham. This is Genesis chapter 15, verse 5. He says, and he brought him forth abroad and said, look toward heaven, and tell the stars if thou be able to number them. And then he said unto him, that's so shall thy seed be. Exactly. And the works of Abraham is of faith, man. So being faithful in that all pretty much is being a son and daughter of the Most High house, sons of God, sons and daughters of God. So that's just what it is. It's crazy too, because I was talking about this actually on Saturday when I was at she was an older Edomite lady, but she was a Christian, man. But she was talking about, but she was from Virginia, so she was talking about how she was raised on a farm, and how she used to look up at the stars, man. And we was kind of talking about all this stuff. We just casually talking about the word, because it's so happened the fact that she talked about her being a dog trainer, and two, it just led to how the word. But anyway, yeah, so yeah, so that's what it is. So that's what the stars represent, man. Like, genealogies in heaven, man. So this is what it is, man. So let's get and that's the real memorial. It says, and he brought him forth abroad and said, now look toward heaven and tell the stars that thou be able to number them. He said unto him, so shall thy seed be. So yeah, man. Let's grab this in Ecclesiastes, Sirach, man. What's wrong, Spirit? What's wrong? My bad, my cat. She's usually quiet when the word comes out, but he's just a little tired, probably. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, also known as Sirach chapter 44 and verse, you know, um, 1. It says, we're just going to get this too. It says, uh, uh, let us now praise famous men, and let our fathers that begot us. Yep, the Lord had wrought them. Verse 2. The Lord had wrought a great glory by them through His great power from the beginning. Yeah, so pretty much that's at Jeremiah 1:5, Isaiah 49:5. He already knew. So yeah, man. But these people that have memorials in heaven, man, have genealogies and more memorial in heaven and here because we read about them every day, man. Honestly, man. So yeah, man. Let's grab get Ephesians 3:15, man. Then no, let's go Luke, man. Because a lot of times too, here's the thing too, man. Because no, actually, yeah. No, actually, let me grab that real quick, man. Because a lot of times too, we we talk about honestly, and that's a good thing too. Like we talk about. No, let me grab this too, because I got this nice X-Men bag, right? Hold on. Yeah, see, a lot of times too, this is the X-Men bag right here. So a lot of times too, why am I bringing this out? This book, this X-Men bag out? Because a lot of times too, especially me more coming into word and now seeing this, cause seeing this over time, man, but Yahushua says, but we're gonna see what Yahushua said though, cause even cause Yahushua gave his disciples his 12 and others spiritual power things in nature, but he says, listen, rejoice that your name is written in heaven. Honestly, man, he said that's kind of a light matter to that, cause I know cause a lot of times too when we read about this, especially in prophecy things and nature, things like Isaiah 40 and things in other places, Wisdom of Solomon 3, how the elect and things of that nature, and the remnant, stuff like that, or just the spiritual power that the Most High did and how I did promise us, man. But a lot of times we just get focused on that. I got focused on that too much, and that's why I brought out this X-Men bag, because a lot of times too we focus on because we know even say think about what Joshua did with the sun, or or of course what Yahushua did and all the miracles he did, and or Samson, the strength and might that Samson did, or things that David did, having that power, things and that's what the Most High Yahushua did promise us. But even Yahushua himself said, listen, man, because he said don't even rejoice in that. Rejoice that that your name is written in heaven, because really honestly, like Wisdom of Solomon says, if you had the spirit, man, you got the power already. And he even said that in the beginning with Jacob, man, prince of the power, man. If you would just believe in having the spirit, having power with me, you got the power. Like this, no, don't even all that having ability to fly or this and that, being like the X-Men, something like that. That's cool and all that, but but honestly, man, he just said have rejoice that your name is written in heaven, man. Well, yeah, because if you had the spirit, it has the power already, man. Have the Most High House, having the Holy Spirit, that's the power already. But let's grab this Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7 verse 23. Kind to men, this is talking about the spirit, man. Wisdom, which is the spirit. It says, kind to men, steadfast, sure, free from care. Knowing truth, it shall set you free. Having all power, overseeing all things, going through all understanding, pure. Yep, pure in heart, and understand, and most subtle in spirits. Yeah, not subtle like the serpent way, but subtlety and skillful in the righteous way, man. So, yeah, and that I'm about to go say something else, but yeah, man, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, let's get this. Luke chapter 12 and verse 10, verse 20. He says, now, let's get 19. Now, behold, I gave you power. I gave you power to Luke chapter 10, verse 19. I'm sorry. It says, Luke, behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. Notwithstanding this, in this, rejoice not that the spirits are subject unto you, but rejoice that your names are written in heaven. So yeah, he said rejoice in that. Your memorials in heaven, man. Like, all that stuff and all that stuff too, getting spiritual power, stuff like that's cool, man. But like, but it's like, what spirit, like, but you got one, that's where you gotta be having faith, being righteous, being like obedient, like, having the spirit, man, having no malicious God, having the fruits, like, and you having the word in you, man. Because like, honestly, because you can give, like, we seen that with the movie Book of Eli, you can give somebody the word, which is the power of the Most High, but what they gonna use it for. So that's why it says in Wisdom of Psalm 1, shout out to brother Kwame Call and shout them out. They bring it like out all the time. Like, wisdom can't dwell in a malicious soul. The Most High Yahushua wouldn't give spiritual power to somebody that's like, has a malicious or wicked evil soul, because you already know that they're gonna do with that. So that's just what it is. But have really focus on having name memorial in heaven, man. But let's go over this in Ephesians real quick. Ephesians chapter 3 verse 15, of whom the whole family in heaven and earth is named. So yeah, man, that's that genealogy, man. Sons and daughters of the Most High Yahshua, sons and daughters of God. So yeah, man, that's a real memorial, honestly, man. So yeah, man, just like, you don't see them as much now, but when I was younger, in certain places I would see the stars in the sky, man. But those is like, people that's that's the people that's written in heaven, man. Genealogies in heaven, man, too. But let's grab this too, man, because at the end of the day, man, it's like, that's why I says, like, we always talk about, man, focus on the ones, like one like Daniel, man, like being greatly beloved in the Most High Yahushua, man, by them in heaven, man. It doesn't matter if people even like you or not, man, or even know, like, that like, because like Proverbs yesterday I read into, it says it's not good for men to seek out their own glory or want to even to be known like that, man. That casually I'll even come. That's if the Most High Yahushua is, man. But like, it is will for that, man. But a lot of times too, trying to seek out glory in this, it's attention, notoriety, man. Because listen, man, let's get this too. Because there's a lot of people that have genealogies and heaven, man, where the sons and daughters. Because you know what it is too. Like, let me say this too. Like, we always talked about. I haven't said this in a long time, but listen, man. Like, and somebody else said I forgot who said it, man. But not every righteous person is written in His word, man. Like, and we were gonna read that right now, man. Not every righteous person in His word. Like, it's kind of like the Hall of Fame. It's like, it's got certain in sports. Like, you got certain Hall of Famers, like, that are known in there, but you got a lot of Hall of Famers that people don't know that are in there, man. Or like, it is what it is. It's kind of like that. But let's get this Ecclesiastes. I ain't read this verse in a minute. I love this one though. Ecclesiastes, also known as Sirach, chapter 44, verse 8. It says, there be of them that have left a name behind them. Yeah, name in heaven. That their praise might be reported. And see what we just said, like the Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Yahushua, all these people that we read about in the word. But that's not the only righteous people in this word. Like, but here's the verse 9. Here's the second part of it. And some there be which have no memorial, who are perished as though they had never been, and are become as though they had never been born, and their children live after them. So see, but like, they have probably no memorial on here on earth, man. Like, they probably not written about, but they got memorial in heaven. You don't think the Most High Yahushua and the angels don't know about it? So yeah, man, that's just is what it is, man. So yeah, man. So that's is what it is. That's why it says Daniel. Let's get to Daniel chapter 10, verse 9. Nah, because I could get John 5, but let's get it ended with Daniel chapter 10. Daniel chapter 10, verse 19, he says, and he said, oh man, greatly beloved, fear not, peace be unto you, be strong, yes, trust in the Lord's everlasting strength. Yea, be strong. And he said, and when he had spoken unto me, I was strengthened, and said, let my Lord speak, thou hast strengthened me. So yeah, that's why, like Isaiah 20:64, trust in the Lord's everlasting strength. That's why, like, increase in faith. And that's why, like, honestly, that's what this is for. Increase in faith in the Most High Yahushua. I believe on them, as the scripture said. That's why Yahushua said what to Peter, strengthen that brother, man. Because listen, man, like shout out to brother Samuel firstborn said, man. Like, a lot of people don't realize this, but listen, man, just even, I'm just talking about, like, as far as on natural tip as men, just because somebody, like, and plus, that's anybody, honestly. Everybody's not as mentally strong, honestly. That's why I think Yahushua said that. Especially, like, Yahushua saying that to man. Just because he's a man doesn't mean he's as mentally strong. Like, he's built up, especially in the word, like, especially like that. That goes into different measures of faith, but also, too, outside the word, man. Just because that's a man, like, doesn't mean, like, he's mentally strong, man. Man had to be built up and trained up, like, faith build it up, strength, or mental strength, or fortitude built up, man. So I just wanted to say that too, because that's what Sirach 5:2 goes into. Trust not, like, your own strength, though, because don't get it twisted. Even you don't even have to believe in the word and be mentally strong and things, and it's just people like that. But even the word, even that goes into, don't trust in that, though, because that's eventually you're gonna crack, man. Even people in the word, they had cracking moments, man. So I was sorrowful unto that. He was faithful unto that, but he was sorrowful unto that. You have a lot of people, man. So, like, it just is what it is, man. But hopefully this is edifying too. I just wanted to bring that out, man. Hopefully this is edifying. Much love to y'all brothers and sisters. So peace.